What is your opinion on name and shame when it comes to dashcam footage? Should you, if you witness some really terrible behaviour, should it go on Facebook? Should it go onto social media? Some believe you should just keep it to yourself. It's none of your business. So when you see somebody driving in such an erratic manner, basically ripe for an accident where somebody gets really badly hurt but not themselves, should you just say, well, it's none of my business? Or should you think, well, that person is driving in such a way where they really shouldn't be driving, they shouldn't be allowed to do it, and I'm doing a service by actually having other people look out for this particular driver, because, you know, it could be someone you know that gets hit by it. A few years ago, I posted a picture on Facebook of some young lad riding his scooter, his motorbike, through a subway. Something like, that's rather silly, don't do that again. I had a message off of somebody who knows this particular lad saying, take that down, it's got his number plate on it, he's a nice lad. And I thought, well, you know, I'm not denying he might be a nice lad, but it's a very stupid thing to do, riding your motorbike through the subway. Anyway, eventually I took it down because this young lady just kept giving me grief. And I thought, why though? You know, surely everybody needs to know this kind of thing. But I'm not particularly into confrontation. In this town, just like many other towns, there are some horrendous driving examples. I feel like the driving is getting worse for this blasé attitude of somebody else can get out of the way. I can just overtake where I like. I can park where I can like. These zigzags for the zebra crossings and things, they don't apply to me. And speed limits, overtaking in residential areas, doing silly speeds has become almost acceptable. And if you think there's anything wrong with it, you're a snowflake, or you're a Karen, or whatever it is they choose to call you. It's basically a way of closing you down by being ignorant and thinking that, you know, because no harm came of that particular instance, then it's actually an okay thing to do. And today, whilst out in this car, I had somebody in an Audi, which figures, do an overtaking manoeuvre on me that I thought was just way beyond really acceptable. And it was on a 30 limit. And then just round the corner, he did exactly the same kind of thing with a van on the opposite side of some bollards. You know, the bollards that are there for helping pedestrians cross the road safely. Yeah. And all this dust kicked up and everything. So he must have had to make this sharp move back in to avoid crashing into something else. Anyway, of course, I had this on camera. So I posted a picture of it. And basically, I wasn't horrible about it. I said that this gentleman's driving is less than adequate or something like that. I suggested a speed that it looked like he was going at. And before long, I had a message from this particular gentleman telling me to get his reg down because his car could be cloned. Anyway, this chap seemed awfully unhappy about this. So I thought, right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take the pictures down. And I just put a message up saying that I've got a screenshot of this message and the pictures and the video footage. And so has this particular van driver that he overtook next. And then he messaged me again saying that I was a snowflake. So I didn't actually answer him because there's no point. With some people, there was no point even trying to communicate with. For the majority of us, that kind of driving is just... There's no one word for it. You need a collective. You need a collection of words that describe something completely irresponsible and arrogant. And I can't think of it in such a way where it seems to just be right. Anyway, so I took it down, which means that I started off trying to do something useful by warning other people of this particular behaviour, and then felt a bit threatened because obviously everybody knows where I am, and you don't know who you're dealing with. I also think that if we don't stand up and actually point these people out for doing this, they're just going to do it all the more. And so that makes me the bad guy in this situation, not even him. genuinely don't feel happy with myself for actually removing it. But then, whilst I was posting, I was thinking, this could cause hassle. Do I really want any hassle? I really do wish people took a bit more responsibility